Good morning, Soul Family. I thought it would be a good time to start when I looked at the clock and it was 11:11. Everybody's busy cutting off the old ties, clearing things up. Spring cleaning here in California. I hope you guys are doing well. I had a bit of a rough beginning this morning. I had a hard time. My head's pounding. I don't know what's going on, what I'm feeling, but I'm going to keep my energy up. I've got us plugged in because my battery's dying. And geez, everyone, they all have to start right here, don't they? And look at this, my little girl. She's not afraid of anything. Hi, Lily Chicken Liver. She doesn't mind going outside. I think that's intriguing. Liger was outside. I gotta see. He went outside during the day. I was so proud of him. He never does that. He used to when we had our own yard, when he felt safe. Let's see. Where is he? Oh my. Wonder if he's out there. If he's outside, I'll be shocked. No way. There's no way. Are you in here, Liger? Are you under the bed? I know I'm dragging you guys all through this, but this is funny for me. I just got to make sure he's okay. So, this is my house. Well, where I live anyway. Not my house, my landlord's house. There's no way that he would be out here with this noise. Liger? Liger, are you outside, Mama's boy? There's no way. He is a phantom. And he did come downstairs, though, and he went outside during the day, which is unheard of. So I'm very, very proud of his first move. But he's probably under a bed somewhere. Hey, still in my house coat. Hey, little chicken, but you're not afraid to go outside, are you? What do you want? She runs so funny. She runs like a penguin. That's a message to me. I've been looking at Penguin Totem. All right, you guys had to go through that with me. I'm making something, a new creation. Spirit said we had a new creative project coming, right? Well, one of my Facebook friends asked me to create something for her. And I had something in mind. I didn't know what it was. It was kind of like dancing around the outskirts of my mind. It's connected to the forest. It's connected to my avian messengers, and it's connected to crystals, and it's connected to Merlin, my magician. I'm trying to think of what to call him. It's my first creation. She's going to have the prototype. I can't show anybody until she gets it, and then I will begin to sell them. I love it. It feels to me, it takes me to the forest. It connects me to the earth. It grounds me. I feel like I'm trying to think of a name, like Merlin's magical. I don't know. It's to do with the pineal gland too. So it's your third eye. I've got to think of a name for it. And until I do, I can't put them out. They're beautiful. I love them. They're a piece of nature. So many different pieces of nature, and each of the animal messengers they're all different feathers that were brought to me, and different crystals, and oh God, I'm giving it away, I know, but it's beautiful. I'm excited, super excited. So whatever, when we get messages from Spirit, they're so accurate and they're so consistent. That's what I want to talk to you guys about too. I put out 2 cards this morning while I was, just trying to get myself grounded. And I spoke about that, about how Spirit is never going to give you messages that say turn left, oh no, now turn right, oh no, stop, oh go forward. They'll guide you. It's time to turn left. It's time to turn right. But they're not going to give you conflicting messages. They give you consistent, forward-moving, positive messages. Just had to hear the song. That's just how they work. So if you are getting messages that you feel like, no, my messages aren't consistent or they're going all over the place, it's not Spirit that's giving you the incorrect message. It's you that is not correctly connecting to Spirit. So you need to clear yourself, ground yourself. That's why I like this new creation. It's something that you can sit in meditation. It's a meditation tool. It's one of Merlin's magical meditation tools. It's a shaman's tool. So Merlin's magical meditation, I don't know, I've got to think of something. But that's one of the things that you would do. You would sit it in front of you, you would hold it, it would ground you, it would clear you, connect with the crystals, connect with your higher self, which is represented by the feathers. To me, it's just a shamanic It's a beautiful shamanic medicine tool. So that's what you need to do. Clear yourself, clear your energy, get grounded again. And that's with, connecting to the forest, to the trees. I put my little crystals in this shell. I like that. That's cool. I have to figure out what this crystal is in that one. I can't remember. I got a big chunk of sodalite, though, I brought out. That was one of my favorite stones. It's the most like denim. When you see it wet, it's like it's a darker, this has been in my water. So when it dries out, it gets kind of milky, but isn't it beautiful? It's like a worn pair of jeans. My twin, he wears lapis lazuli. That's his stone, the lapis. I like sodalite. You know, my favorite pair of jeans. That's what I like. Okay. All right, I just heard. We're going to be doing a crystal class, you guys, because I'm talking so much about crystals. So I asked the other day who's interested, and as soon as I get 10 people in the class, we'll do it. I want to do that. Sodalite encourages rational thought. And remember when I said when I call upon the Father, I ask the Father to fill me with unconditional love. I asked also for rational thought, for clarity of thought. But rational thought was what came to mind, because your fear or your doubt or your worry, when things are taking a while to manifest, or when you're going through difficult times, or you're not feeling well, you're not able to connect, it takes over. So you need rational thought. So that is one of the main things that sodalite encourages. That's why Spirit gave it to me. It's never a mistake. It's never an accident. It's always a happy synchronistic event. They bring forward what we need when we need it. I'm so in connection. I'm so connected to Spirit and the guidance. I understand. I follow. Even when I don't understand something, I follow it. It talks about, so it encourages rational thought, objectivity, because it's the color blue. It's about communication. So it would be truth. It helps you with your intuition. It's Archangel Michael's color, blue. It helps you verbalize. So if you're having difficulty, oh, look, it's the shape of a heart. Of course it is. And it brings, because it's this soft, calming energy, because blue, you think of the color blue. I mean, you go outside in the blue sky, it makes you feel good, right? Blue often represents sadness and depression, but it also represents calming. You paint a baby's room calming blue, right? That's a good color to paint a baby's room. So it helps calm your energy and relieve you if you are someone that suffers from panic attacks. And emotionally, you can be having an emotional panic attack, right? It boosts your self-esteem, your self-acceptance, your self-trust, balances your metabolism, boosts your immune system. If you have calcium deficiencies, it helps balance that or overcome that. It's the truth stone, the color. It's another one of the truth stones, just like lapis is the truth stone as well. It helps you if you're working with. What's interesting for me is I'm working on tarot, right? That's something that I want to work on, just to expand. So it helps you working with it, with tarot, understanding the patterns with astrology or tarot. If you're a public speaker, it helps you because of course, it's a communication stone. It stimulates your creative abilities. If you're a teacher, if you're a writer, it helps you understand like deeper philosophical principles or ideas. Brings your attention to the truth. Helps you live up to your own ideas, your own standards, right? Your own and your own, what is the word? Integrity, your honor. That's your personal truth. I don't know if you guys remember. Oh, I'm seeing pelicans flying above now again. 3 of them. God, I love it when I see them. They're so big. When I spoke to you about one of my clients, because I work with love and relationships, right? And she said to me, "What does this mean? This guy in my life?" She goes, "I don't know." She goes, I don't know. I think it might be a bad sign." And I said, "What?" And she said, "I want to connect with my truth." And I said, "How can that be a bad sign? That's an excellent sign." So this helps you connect with your own personal truth. What else? What else with sodalite? It's the beautiful. I had a beautiful sodalite bracelet and it broke. I'm so bummed. And it wasn't. I'll show you. It wasn't a fancy, ornate like this. My friend Ryan gave me that. It was like this. It was just one of these simple ones. I like simple. When it broke, I made it into another bracelet. I like these. Just simple. Do you know I spent a fortune on this? And it's fake. I got it in Laguna Beach. I spent a fortune. It was supposed to be chrysoprase. And it's literally fake. All of the paint is peeling off. I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. So that's gotta go. I like these kind of stones. just these. I love these. So this was my sodalite bracelet right here, and I think I need to wear it right now. And all the stones went flying all over the ground. This is sodalite. This is sodalite. But some of them were so, like, let's see if I can get this more clear for you guys. Some of them were more milky, and some of them are more blue. The milky ones went flying. So this is my mermaid bracelet that I made, and it's mixed with other crystals, so this works. Also, remember I told you that beautiful, I had this bracelet that was labradorite, and I loved it so much, and it burst into a million pieces all over the ground, and these were the stones, and it was silver beads, like kind of squared beads like that, and the labradorite. So this works for me, actually. I need to put this on because it's got the labradorite and my sodalite mixed in. So I will wear that, and then I'll wear my twins as well. This is the lapis lazuli, so I'll wear that. This is my bracelet, my watch that I loved, and it's sodalite. And you know what? I should have got a battery for that one too. This is one of my favorite watches. I always wore it just as it was because it was pretty. So sodalite, that was important for us, and apparently it's important for me to wear right now as well. It comes kind of, it's kind of like a lavenderish purple. You know, it's more of a, it almost looks like a tanzanite but that's more milky. Let me pick up. I'm going to show it to you. I mean, I've shown you this, right? You can see the kind of. Oh, isn't it beautiful? This was my mom's. You see the white veins going through it? I freaking love it. Hold on, let me show another example, because you can see them when they're when they are polished. They will look different for you. Let me give a good example of the different. Well, I'll just pull all these up and you can look. See, these are all the different examples of what. So sometimes you can confuse it with lapis. Whoops. Right? But it's got the, it's more of a denim. For me, it's the stone I like, the denim. I would like a lapis lazuli. There's mine right there. I'd like a lapis lazuli. I mean, not a lapis, I'm sorry. This is a rough sodalite. So that's what I have. Right? There's mine. And look, a wedding ring out of this. Beautiful. Okay. So now now that I know that I needed that for myself, I sat here clearing my cards this morning, and I got a message for myself, and it was wonderful, and it was a message for you guys too. I sit here and I shuffle through all of my cards, and I handle them, and that way I clear the energy from the past readings, and then put my, oh, they're back. Put my energy back into them. See them? The pelicans are back. They're so beautiful. Remember, drop your guilt. Forgive yourself, forgive others. That's the main message that comes from Pelican. Okay. So what I heard in my head was the Fairy Oracle. So we're going to do one card from the Fairy Oracle. And then I heard the Faerytale Oracle. So correct for neutrality on all levels. I've already shuffled these cards. So Spirit knows which one we need to see. The Midnight Prince in reverse. Well, I always say well, like, oh well, crap. It's got to be in reverse, hey? We couldn't have had that upright. Let's look at him upright, though. Ask for what you want. Be honest. Look at that. No, okay, look at that. We just talked about, that's no mistake. No mistake. We just talked about truth stone, right? Telling your truth. Why does this not, can you please focus on that? Come on. There we go. Look at the color of his wings. And look at his color, a purpley blue. The Midnight Prince needs this stone. You need this stone. And there he sits on his throne, except for he's upside down. I see him coming from the forest, the man of the forest. That's the acorn man, right? He's 43 years old. My twin will be 43 this February. Maybe this is a message for you, babe. All right, so ask for what you want. Be honest. That's what you're being told. Now, clearly you're not doing it. So, well, are you doing it? Because, if you're asking for what you want, you would be in the upright. If you were being honest, you would be in the upright. If you were in the reverse, then you're refusing something. So, The fairy prince that comes forward, he's the wish granter, right? That's who's in front of you here. Then he asks you to be honest with yourself. What is it that you really truly want? What is it that is in your highest good? And that's what you go forward and you ask for, spirit. This is what you ask to be brought to you, and you expect it to come. You know that you deserve it, right? So when you get this in the upright, your dreams are coming true. What you've been asking for is coming to you, which is one of the messages we got this morning. But if it's in the reverse, you're denying parts of yourself, or you're only trying to, it's about you. There's something about you that you are not seeing. You're only wishing to see the good, or in yourself, and you're not recognizing things you need to work on, or you're denying something. You're refusing to own parts of yourself. Maybe you're refusing to see your own potential, your own beauty. So this is about you. Or maybe you're afraid of making the wish that the prince is asking for. You know, be careful of what you wish for. Because, and why would they say that? Be careful of what you wish for, you just might get it. Okay, good. I wished for it because I want it. But remember with Merlin in my tank, how he was cramped in that little container that he was in, and he got a big, beautiful new home, and then he freaked out? You know, and we said that if you ask for something, and if it's in front of you, then you run the other way, because, you know, be careful what you wish for. It has been burned into your head, because maybe it's not, it can't be, if it's too good to be true. I can't believe it. It's the same thing as saying, I never, you know, I what is this? I always say hope for the best. No, I never get my hopes up too high, because then I'm not disappointed. Well, that is setting yourself up for disappointment. You are stuck. Right now, Midnight Prince, you are stuck. You're not moving forward. You're not asking for your worth. You are not accepting what's in front of you because you're afraid. You want something to be granted. You think it's going to be, it's going to make your life happier, but you're not looking within. You're not looking to see, what do I have to do to bring this forward? What do I need to do? You want something on the outside. Or maybe what it is, you already think that you know who you are, and you're seeking accolades from the outside rather than from the inside. Do you know what I mean? You need others' approval is basically what it's saying. You need the approval of others instead of self-love, approving of yourself and asking for what you want because you are worthy of it. That's what the Midnight Prince has to say. So use the sodalite. That's why your stone came forward for you. It's absolutely your stone. Absolutely your stone. That's amazing. So for me, I ask for what I want. I know I'm worthy of it. I have done my work, and I continue to do my work. I'm speaking my truth. Correct for neutrality. Did I say one of these cards? I think I did. So let's go to the Faerytale Oracle. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I wonder where my big boy is. My phantom that disappeared. I've got my phantom crystal in front of me. I think about that. The crystal within the other crystal. 2 in 1. Just looking at that today. Thank you, Cindy. See the crystal inside the other crystal? 2 making up 1. You can't see one within the other. I love that. That's why I'm wondering where my phantom is. My Liger, who is a combination of me and my twin, straight down the middle. Amazing. Okay. These have been shuffled. All right. One message, please. What is it? Whoa, that was pretty obvious. All right. So the goose girl, theft. And it came up in reverse. Shocking. I'm going to hold this because my battery's dying and I've got to charge this again. Now, you know what I was going to tell you. One of the feathers that is on the item, the ceremonial meditation tool that I made for my friend is a Canadian goose. I'm Canadian. It's a Canadian goose feather. The first thing that comes to mind when I look at this is never leave a wounded bird behind. That's the motto of the Canadian goose. If one of them is too ill to fly, the other one will not leave without the other. So here is this beautiful girl, big pools of tears in her blue eyes, holding on to this Canadian goose. Now what's going on? Theft. What has been stolen from you? So there's a story. The story is that this young princess, she sets off on a journey to marry a prince. And her mother, who is a queen, but she's a widowed queen, has given her daughter a protective charm. And there's 3 drops of royal blood on this white handkerchief that she has, and a golden goblet. That's what she's supposed to drink from. So the princess is going to take this journey upon the horse that is owned by her beloved, Falada. And the thing about this horse is he's able to speak. So she's accompanied by a maidservant, and the 2 set off, one royal, one a servant, and they're on the journey to meet up with her beloved. Hours after they have traveled, and the castle is far behind them, they're thirsty. So the princess asks the servant to get her some water in this golden cup. But the maidservant tells her, get it for yourself. She's not going to give the princess the golden goblet. So the queen's daughter cups her hands in the water, and she drinks from the river. And while leaning over, the 3 drops of blood somehow speak that if her mother knew how she was being treated, her heart would be broken. She wasn't being treated as she was meant to be treated. The second time, the princess stops and asks for water again. Again, the servant refuses. And the princess is shocked. This is a servant. She's supposed to help her, right? So she goes again to drink from the stream. Again, she hears her mother sighing, speaking of how wrong this is to treat her. But she's saying, beware, beware. She hears her mother. She's so shocked that her mother warns her that she tumbles into the stream, and she falls into the stream with the handkerchief that has her mother's blood. Well, that was her protection, so now the protection is lost. So with the golden goblet in the hands of the servant and the mother's blessing of protection gone, that's when the maid makes her move, and she demands that the princess strip her of her clothes, and she swaps clothes. So she steals her identity. She says she's going to go to the princess. She's going to be the princess, and she's going to go off to the beloved, and she's going to marry this one. And if the princess says anything, she's going to kill her. And she forces her to swear an oath of silence. So she's not able to speak about this. And the princess, because she has lived this royal life, she's been treated with kid gloves, right? She's been sheltered her entire life. She's not used to this abrasive behavior. She thought she would be safe with this one that was supposed to be her friend. And so she agrees. What is she going to do? And now she's become a servant. She begins her life as a servant. And she was the one that was meant to rule over a kingdom. So clearly you see that this is injustice. One has stolen someone else's identity. And it's also about, what's the end of the story? Because it's about overcoming intimidation and being restored to your rightful place. Somebody has taken advantage of your peaceful nature, just like my Merlin. Remember I told you, never mistaken a gentle, soft person for a weak one. Well, this person has been manipulated. And deceit and deception and theft has taken place. Because this one wasn't used to being, this one had been sheltered. I hadn't been out. It's kind of like me. I was a Jehovah's Witness my entire life. I didn't know what a player was. I had no idea. I had been raised with men that were honorable. They were God-fearing men. It doesn't mean that they were all perfect, because they definitely weren't. I had horrible things happen to me by these God-fearing men. But I was raised to believe that, and I trusted that. So when I left this sheltered organization, I went out into the world, and I fell in love with somebody. It was an infatuation. I thought I was in love with them, because I felt that person felt that way for me. But that person was a player. They totally played me. I had no idea. I didn't know what a player was. And somebody said to me, you were played. You realize that, right? And I was shocked. That happened with me and my twin when I first met him. And we got together. And the next day he pushed me away, and I thought, oh my God, I didn't understand it. And the girl that was with us said to me, come on, you were just played. He can have anyone. He played you. And I believed that for years, until he came back into my life, and I asked him if he had slept with her, if he had been with her, and he said, no, not at all. Why? Did you only want me for yourself? And I said, because she's dirty. And he said, yes, she was. And then I said to him, I remember when you kissed me, but that's all you ever did. And he said, kind of shoots the idea of me being a player to hell, doesn't it? But I believed that because of what I was told. I didn't know, didn't understand why things happened the way that they did. So when you think about this situation, it's also a magical situation, because the charm that was given to this princess is blood. It's the most powerful of fairy tale symbols. And the river, where her true self was lost, she wasn't able to speak her truth to a single person from that moment on. That's what happened to her. When she fell into that river and lost her mother's blood, she was cursed. She wasn't able to tell anyone. She didn't have the protection of her mother. You know, you think about the river of life. It's different than a lake and it's different than the ocean. When the river moves forward, it pulls things up from the bottom. And it's like all the stuff is coming to the surface. So for you, when you lose who you are, maybe where you come from, your ancestral link, your own personal story, and you land somewhere and you're not connected to blood, right? You're not with the people that you knew, or you're out of the organization or the place that you've grown up or that you're familiar with. You feel lost. Your identity can be taken over. You could be bullied by others. You can be intimidated by others into doing things or behaving in a way that you wouldn't normally have because you're trying to survive. You're afraid. You're in a place where you're not familiar. So in this story, we got to be careful because we could be talked into giving up our own true self, our own personal power. So when the maid has stolen this goblet and she takes the princess's horse then, right? And she takes her destiny. The prince is fooled because he sees the fine garments and he sees how pretty she is. But the old king is able to see the servant's dignity and grace. The old king is wise. I see how you move. You can be dressed in rags, but I know who you are. I feel you. So then the false prince at that time has his head cut off, the horse, because the horse is the one that was able to see, right? So then he can't share the truth with anyone. He hangs the head over the gates of the castle to remind the goose girl of what's going to happen if you open your mouth. So every day she goes out, she tends the geese, she combs her beautiful golden hair, and these strands are flying into the breeze. And she talks to the one who was beheaded beneath the gates of the castle. Even though this one has been beheaded, they have this connection even after death. And the king sees her speaking with this beheaded horse, and he thinks that she needs to share something. But she refuses to share because, well, what was going to happen? Right? She was afraid. But finally he convinces her, and her story comes out about the heartbreak over the murder of the one she loved, about the golden cup, about how her mother's gift was stolen, how ashamed she is of allowing, I don't know why I'm feeling this right now, how she let down her mom and her dead father. And the king is now aware of the deception because it's his son, right? And he asks the false princess, what would you do if someone would steal a true princess's identity, slaughter a magical beast, and steal a mother's charm and deceive a prince and a king? And the false princess declares that I'll send this person rolling down a hill, trapped in a barrel with nails. Can you imagine the torture of that? So then the king, knowing who she is, says, this is what's going to happen to you. This is your fate. This is your karma. And then the goose girl is restored to her royal status. So you might look at it in different ways. Is this a bitter servant and a weak princess? But truthfully, the heart is about protection and magic, and about the appearance of truth and identity. Oh, I'm going to get emotional again. This was the message we got today. Please don't feel that all the efforts that you've put in are for nothing. You have been recognized by someone, and soon everything that you've gone through, all of your efforts and the truth will be revealed. And this is a message again. This is when someone extremely honorable has been wronged. It could be their work that has been stolen. It could be, I told you I saw in my dream my twin's brother sign his name, my twin's name, but he took it as his own and he wrote it down on a paper. I think I was I don't know who I was watching this. I could have been myself because I'm with my twin always, or I could have been my twin who noticed it. But when I saw that, I looked at the name and they said his name. His name is Jake, but what was written was Jacob. And I thought, it was because a woman said you can sign your name here, and I looked on the manifest and 3 names above me was my twin's name, and I had seen his brother leave just before. So when I saw that, I went outside and I threw up. Now maybe that's what I'm doing right now, throwing up. I'm expressing it. I'm allowing it to come out. Or maybe it was the sickness that my twin felt when he realized his brother had signed his name. Now, I don't know that this is his fleshly brother. It could be a soul brother. I don't know. But when this message comes forward, it's speaking about someone who's honorable, who has been wronged, and their work has been stolen, their signature has been stolen, and the truth must come out. So whatever was taken from you, it could have been in a spiritual sense, it could have been in a physical sense, literally, but it will be returned to the rightful owner. It talks about how cruelty and jealousy upon another is only going to come back to you as your own karma. And I saw in a dream as well, somebody was chanting karma, karma, and they laughed at me. They laughed at me when I said karma, and I said, you don't understand. I am not karma. I'm just saying karma does not make a mistake. Karma will come full circle. You can laugh all you want, but you won't be laughing when it comes and visits you. So it talks about a balancing, a reckoning. It talks about the connection as well. There's a connection that exists beyond death, and it can't be killed, nor can the truth. Justice is done. So to me, I've watched a man who my twin calls Uncle Phil. He's like a surrogate uncle, but I think he's in spirit. I speak to him. And this is a message about, you may get a truth that comes to you in a dream, because like my mother that comes to me and talks to me. I told you I've been with my twin's grandmother. I get messages from ones who pass over. You may get information from a loved one that has passed into spirit. You may not be able to prove why you know that this is the truth, but you know the truth pours out. So what they're also telling you is that the love and the magic cannot be killed, even though that wicked one cut off the head. Now, cutting off the head could be a metaphorical message. Like with me, I had truth that was coming forward, and I was cut off from my twin. They took over my emails. They took over his. They cut off our communication. That would be cutting someone off at the mouth, or at the head, where they weren't able to communicate. But our connection cannot be killed. We connect. I felt him so strong last night. I can't tell you. My heart chakra was spinning so strongly, I could barely breathe. And it was him. I know that it was him. I've only felt that way with him. So you may have cut off the connection, but the physical communication on a physical level, but you will never cut off the connection. The connection is there. It's strong. It can't be killed. Truth will be coming forward. Justice will be done. And even when the protection of parents vanished, the parents weren't there. This one is vulnerable. Your integrity is going to see you through, your truth and your honor, and also your spiritual team. So in this tale of this story, the truth poured forth, and the old king, who was wise, he listened. He listened to everything she had to say, and now he knows the truth for the first time himself. And she might have been lost, and she may have lost her status, but her nature is very noble. So after 3 days, and you think of the number 3 coming full circle completion, after 3 days of her tending this geese, the story is leaked. It goes out. That false princess was punished in a very cruel way, because she sought her own punishment. She told how she should be punished, and that's what happened to her. The prince then, who was fooled, learns the truth and how easily he was fooled. And the beautiful golden horse stays half in this world and half in another. The princess does not forget what it feels like to be on the outside. And in turn, she is a very fair, kind, just queen. So, in this story, you need to figure out what it is for yourself. I know what it is for me. Identity theft. Maybe your own authenticity being questioned. Someone doesn't believe you are who you say you are. The magic of blood. Your blood is your soul's connection. It's about justice, but also being intimidated. It's about being wise. It also speaks about those who are going to be jealous and envious of you, and they're going to want to take what is rightfully yours. And it also is a message to you that you have strong ancestral guides. My twin, he's got the ancient ones, the Cherokee that work with him. I have my Celtic lineage, and we have strong family ties. It's the belief that justice is going to be done, and the truth will be revealed in spirit's time, in divine timing. It also is
There is no one like you. You may be dressed in rags, but I would know you anywhere. You may come across as somebody else, but I would feel your energy. I would know you. You cannot be copied. It also shows you that you are being protected by spirit. Never leave a wounded bird behind. That Canadian geese. I won't leave you behind. It's also telling you that you are loved for who you are and not for what you have. And you need to trust and believe that. I love you.